Holy hell on a popsicle stick. Unbelievable. I mean, this is like worst nightmare. But then disaster averted. And I've spoken to several pilot friends, and I do have some friends that work for Southwest. And it is truly remarkable what happened at Chicago Midway yesterday as a Southwest 737 was cleared to land. And by some reports, missed this business jet by just 250 feet.
That's insane.
This would not have had a happy ending, all right? Not like the Delta jet that flipped upside down up in Toronto, a week or so ago. This would have been a horrific disaster. This would have been like Tenerife, where the two 747s smashed into each other. Obviously, it was a small business jet. It was a little, Bombardier Challenger. But, there's so much to say here. And then the audio is insane. Michelle, when you saw this video last night, and I showed it to you where I turned on the news and I showed you the video, right. I mean, what was the first thing that popped through your head?
It's just chilling to watch and think that the larger aircraft, I mean, almost, I don't want to say almost landed on top of the other one, but it would have definitely crashed right into it. I mean, it is so close. It's chilling. It's hair. I mean, I don't even know what the passengers were thinking.
Did the wheels touch down?
No. Just like so close,
right
they said.
there.
Yes.
I mean, it almost looks like the wheels touched down, but you don't hear you don't see any little puff of tire smoke. It looks like the Southwest 737 was within inches of the main landing gear touching down. And then the pilot just throttled this thing, pulled the yoke back, and then took off again. Listen, they were already at pretty good speed, landing at probably 150, 160, miles per hour, and it was just so close. And this Bombardier, this little business jet, crossed right in front, did not listen to air traffic controller instructions. And, some of the audio, and I'll play that in a second, is just dramatic. This would have been horrific loss of life. This would have been, oh, my God. And, the explosion, two planes hitting each other at that kind of speed, the skill involved, the awareness of this Southwest crew is truly remarkable. This particular incident is going to be studied and reviewed on how you avoid a collision after a runway incursion like this up at, and this was up at Midway. This was not Chicago O'Hare.
Right.
This is the other Chicago airport, Midway.
And then the other thing I was thinking about, and I asked, I'm thinking of you since you're the airplane nerd, when they do this maneuver, which we've heard about them doing before.
It's called a go-around.
A go-around.
Yes.
I've been on planes that have had to do
Right.
go-arounds.
Yeah, I've been
before.
on a couple of go-arounds as well.
Yeah.
I mean, how do they know for sure that there's not another aircraft like ahead of them as they're taking off, as they're getting ready to do their go-around? I mean, we have so many crafts in the air.
It's a good question. Because there's enough spacing. Once the plane is landing, that's factored in if the plane does. So you want to know, how did the Southwest Airlines flight know that to avoid the plane that crossed in front on the ground, if he suddenly throttles and pulls up to do go, how is there nothing in the air in front of him?
Yeah.
Because that space is cleared.
Yeah, nothing is going to be directly over him or certainly in front of him for the next mile.
At that point, you have to take the evasive action of avoiding this stupid-ass pilot of this, probably an inexperienced young pilot, not following instructions. But it's unbelievable. So the 737 Southwest flight was from Omaha to Chicago Midway, and that's when this Bombardier Challenger 350, very common business jet, I don't know, like 8 passengers maybe, whatever, ignores tower instructions and pulls right in front of the Southwest flight that's landing on an active runway. And wouldn't you know, the aircraft that almost caused this major disaster at Chicago O'Hare was the charter service FlexJet. Yeah, FlexJet is one of these big, charter companies.
It's like a partial jet ownership program.
I think you can buy hours. So FlexJet, they're a charter service, and they are constantly landing at Tampa International. And I'm not going to harp on this, but FlexJet is one of the biggest violators of runway 1 right requests at Tampa International. So the jet traffic is when you're landing to the north from the south. The jet traffic is supposed to be over the bay, which is runway 1 left. And FlexJet, they are one of the biggest violators where their pilots make a request to land on 1 right and fly and make noise over all the homes in Beach Park. So screw FlexJet.
Yeah, screw them.
They're obnoxious. And look at this. FlexJet almost caused massive loss of life by their pilot pulling in front of this Southwest plane yesterday.
So when these guys are landing, when this Southwest plane is landing, MJ, the nose is kind of pointed up, right? Does that kind of block the pilot's view of the runway?
Well, as soon as you pull up, you don't have a view behind.
Or down.
Yeah.
He can't see down runway because he's kind of looking up.
You know what?
She's looking up.
That's a good.
And then as he's about to touch down, his windshield now can see the runway, and he's like, holy crap, there's a plane. He didn't see it till the last second.
Right.
So his reaction time, it's not like he was coming in. He's like,
Festa, guess what? That's a good question for Captain X, who I'm calling right now. Good buddy of mine, a commercial airline captain.
Hello.
Captain X.
Todd, what's happening, brother?
Hey, welcome back to the MJ Morning Show. Wow. Initial thoughts on this unbelievable near miss at Chicago Midway?
Yeah. After having looked at it fairly well, it's a very scary thing. First of all, just to let the general public know, we train for this kind of thing all the time. Go-around procedures are top of the list when you get in the simulator, and so you'll be coming down an approach, and you'll be 50 feet off the ground, and they'll say, "Hey, aircraft on the runway, go around." We do that a lot. So it's almost second nature. You're always anticipating a go-around. It's kind of like when you're taking off, you're always anticipating a rejected takeoff. Just the same thing reciprocally when you're landing. You're always anticipating a go-around, so you've already got the procedures in your head. You know exactly what to do, and these guys just did a spectacular job.
Yeah, I heard comments, and I agree that this particular incident is going to be studied on how you handle a situation like this.
Yeah, good job. And if you listen to the recording, it sounds like that the Southwest crew actually called for the go-around before the tower. I think they called it, the tower saw it, and the tower said go around, because you can hear him butt in and said Southwest, and you can hear him. I know exactly what he's doing. He's like, we're going around. So, great situational awareness, where to be on top of things, and just a flawless go-around.
So, Michelle,
from what I can tell.
Michelle, by the way, my wife, Michelle, who you know, Captain X, is in the studio. Michelle, ask the question.
Hey, Michelle. Hey, girl.
Ask the question that you just asked on the air.
So I just wanted to understand, how does the pilot who's asking for the go-around, how is he so confident that there's not an aircraft in front of him that he's about to, take off again and hit? There's other planes coming in for landings. There's other planes taking off. What's going on?
Yeah. Usually at Midway, there's very rarely that you have cross runway operations. Usually one's dedicated because of the winds and because of the departures out of O'Hare, the directions that they're going. They have everything sequenced to where they'll utilize one specific runway at Midway as to not interfere with O'Hare traffic, as well as the winds. It's really tight airspace around Midway.
So most likely there was clear space ahead, and the captain knew that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So they haven't launched. If they launched somebody, they were well out of the way, Michelle, before they did that. So the captain had full confidence that if he announced to go around, he wasn't going to conflict with any other traffic.
So I don't know if you saw this, but there were reports that they missed the private flex jet by 250 feet. And also, when he did pull the yoke back in full power to get the hell out of the way of this aircraft, also, they got to be thinking, am I going to clear this aircraft? Right?
Yeah. If you'll notice, when he executed the go-around, he probably yanked that thing up to at least probably at least between 15 and 20 degrees, which is an emergency type of maneuver. Usually when you're getting out of wind shear or a go around like that, you'll aggressively bring it up to at least 15 degrees nose up, between 15 and 20, just for that very reason, because that big old tail, is coming towards that airplane.
And you know this plane inside and out because you are a 737 captain.
Correct.
Wait, I have another question. Because you said something about when the captain said he was going to do the go around. So who has the final call on that? Is it the captain or the person flying the plane says we're going to do a go around, or the person in the tower? Because I think for all of us, just watching this, we're thinking that the tower is in control and telling all of the pilots, where to go and what to do.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
I feel like you said in this instance, the pilot decided it. He said.
Yeah, that's right. The captain's the final authority as to everything that happens with that airplane. So. If he wants to direct a go around, he has emergency authority to do that. So he just says, "Hey, I'm going around," and I can read his mind. I know exactly what he did. He saw this guy, about to have a runway incursion. Said, "Whoa!" And I said, "Hey, we're going around." You can hear him butt in on the tape.
Mm-hmm.
Then the tower goes, Southwest go around. Everyone was very calm, which was very impressive. But it's I know I'm negating how quick of a maneuver this is, but it's a very, very routine maneuver for airline crews because you just practice it constantly.
What would have happened if the Southwest 737 would have crashed into that Bombardier Challenger 350? Tell our audience.
Oh man, it would have been catastrophic. Depending on where it hit the Bombardier, most likely it would have just completely destroyed that thing. And then you're talking about compromised controls, compromised hydraulics on the 737 to be able to get stopped, thrust reverser deployment, brakes, things like that. More than likely it careened off the side of the runway or just gone straight out through that wall on the north end of runway 31 center. So let me tell you one other thing.
Yeah.
One other thing, Todd, you got time?
Yes.
I can see where this is a very where that crew got confused because when I came off of the 4 right, and then they told them to cross 3-1 left.
I have the audio. Let me play the. Would it be good if I play the audio now? I haven't played the audio. Let me play the audio. I've got 3 quick clips. All right, here is cut number 1 with air traffic control and the pilot.
Selection 560, turn left on runway 4 left, cross runway 31 left, and hold short on runway 31 center.
Right, left on 4 left, cross 22 or 13 center, Flex at 560.
Selection 560 negative, cross runway 31 left, hold short runway 31 center.
Cross 31 left, hold short 31 center, Flex at 560.
All right, so he was the pilot, probably a very young pilot in the business jet, right?
Yeah, probably not a lot of experience in and out of Midway. I don't know his overall experience, but probably not a lot of experience going in and out of Midway, I would say. Yeah, because there's a confluence of runways right there. There's 3-1 left, there's 3-1 center, and there's an old runway that's now closed that used to be. That it still gets confused for an active runway. So, okay, go ahead.
But you listen, and you can hear distinctly that air traffic says cross 3-1 left,
right.
but hold short, meaning stop. Do not cross 3-1 center.
Correct.
And the pilot ignored that and blew right onto 3-1 center as Southwest was landing.
And here's why I think why they did it, because 3-1 left is an extremely narrow runway, and it's very, very easy to confuse 3-1 left as a taxiway. It's just very – I have done it. I have done it myself. And, of course, the airplanes were landing on runway 22 left, so it was not a thing. But when I first went in there, it's very, very easy. If you'll just pull up an airport diagram of Midway and look at 3-1 left versus 3-1 right, the 3-1 center, it's twice as wide as 3-1 left, and it's very, very easy to confuse 3-1 left with a taxiway. Very, very easy.
I've got
very close.
2 other quick audio bites.
I thought it was 2504 going around.
2504, roger that, maintain 3000.
Selection 5.
Yeah, right there.
2504 up to 3000. Selection 560.
All right, so the Southwest pilot says going around. The tower says to go to 3,000 on your go around, but I mean, it's amazing how calm that pilot was, knowing he almost had a ground collision.
Yeah, and once again, once he recognizes you're scanning that runway all the way coming down, and you're looking to the left, you're looking to the right, just for something like this to happen, because Midway is a very, very busy little airport, and airplanes coming in from all over. There's an FBO over there on the west side, a lot of corporate traffic coming out of there. So there's always business jets around. So this is not, that this happened doesn't surprise me one little bit. But yeah, this dude, whoever he was sharp as a tack, cool as a cucumber, and just what I'll emphasize is great situational awareness, because he had his eyes scanning that airport environment the whole way down.
I mean, those passengers on that Southwest flight ought to be so thankful for that Southwest crew, that they remarkably did a great job.
Oh, absolutely.
And then we have a final cut here, and then we'll let you go, Captain X, 737 pilot, good friend of mine. This final piece of audio, then the captain says, or captain or FO, asks the tower, how did this happen? Listen to this audio bite.
Flight jet 560, hold right there, sir. Don't move. Hold position 560. Tower Southwest 2504, how'd that happen?
Yeah, and once again, I think that bolsters my point, is that guy, poor guy, driving the business jet, simply mistook 31 left as a taxiway and thought 31 center was actually 31 left. I just know that's what happened.
All right, Captain X, thanks for coming on this morning. I got to imagine that FlexJet is going to yank that. The FAA might yank his certificate, right?
Yeah, he had to make a phone call right after that, and that's one phone call I would not want to make.
All right, but that FlexJet pilot, probably young, inexperienced, is probably not going to be flying for a while, right?
Probably not for a while. Probably to go through retraining or something. I hope he does. I hope he can get retrained and everything. Like I say, Midway's a very dynamic, very busy, small airport, and I hope he can. But that could have been really, really bad.
All right, thanks, Captain X. Always great to have you on.
Thanks, Todd. Bye, Michelle.
Hey, bye.
I'm glad you were available and not on a trip right now.
Well, I actually am, but I'm not out yet. So.
Wait. So what city are you in?
I'm in Dallas.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Where are you flying today?
No, the question is, where aren't I flying to today?
Busy schedule today. All right. Thanks.
I got to go.
Thanks, Captain.
All
right.
Right. Bye.
See how happy the captain was to talk to Michelle?
Yeah.
That's pilot for you.
Yeah. We last time he flew into Tampa, we had.
It's a pilot. For
last time he flew into Tampa, we had dinner at Burns Steakhouse.
We did.
So Captain X and his first officer joined us for dinner at Burns.
Good times.
Yeah, it's great times. So there you go. I mean, just that is scary as crap. And that pilot for Southwest, whoever was in control, whether it was the captain or the first officer, whoever's landing that was, did a phenomenal job in averting absolute complete disaster. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you liked it. Go ahead and click, share, subscribe, all this stuff.